MongoDB. Before we get into every NoSQL database, there's one thing most people get wrong. NoSQL doesn't mean no rules. It means no fixed table. Traditional databases force your data into neat rows and columns. NoSQL databases let the data keep its natural shape instead. And that one decision splits into 4 completely different categories, each solving a different problem: document, key value, wide column, and graph. Let's go through all 4. MongoDB is the document database. Released in 2009, it stores data as JSON-like documents instead of rows, so a single record can hold nested objects and arrays without needing 10 different tables glued together. That flexibility is exactly why it exploded with app developers. Your database structure can change as fast as your app does. It scales horizontally through sharding, spreading massive datasets across many servers. And it's the backbone behind apps like Uber's early infrastructure. The trade-off: complex relationships between records still aren't its strong suit. If your data is deeply relational, MongoDB makes you work for it. Redis. Redis is the key value store, and it's built for one thing: speed. Created by Salvatore Sanfilippo in 2009, Redis keeps data in memory instead of on disk, which means responses in under a millisecond. That's why it powers caching layers, live leaderboards, and session storage for some of the busiest apps on the internet. Think of it as a database's short-term memory. Instant recall, nothing slowing it down. The catch: memory is expensive, so Redis isn't built to store your entire dataset forever, just the part you need right now. Apache Cassandra. Cassandra is the wide column database, built for scale that would break almost anything else. Originally built inside Facebook in 2008, it has no single master server. Every node is equal, so there's no single point of failure. Netflix runs Cassandra across multiple continents, handling trillions of writes a day without downtime. It's designed for one priority: always be available, even if a data center goes dark. The trade-off: Cassandra favors availability over instant consistency, so different nodes can briefly disagree before syncing up. And getting that tuning right has a genuinely steep learning curve. Neo4j. Neo4j is the graph database, and it thinks about data completely differently. Instead of tables, everything is nodes and relationships, so connections between data points are stored directly, not calculated on the fly. Released in 2007, it's built for questions about how things are connected: fraud rings, recommendation engines, social networks, queries that would take a traditional database dozens of expensive joins to even attempt. The trade-off: if your data isn't relationship heavy, a graph database is solving a problem you don't actually have. Quick question: which one of these is already running behind an app you use every day? Drop it in the comments. So, which NoSQL database should you actually use? Building an app with changing data: MongoDB. Need instant speed and caching? Redis. Scaling across servers with zero downtime: Cassandra. Mapping relationships between data: Neo4j. 4 categories, 4 completely different jobs, one label that hides all of it. That's every NoSQL database explained. Which one surprised you the most? If this finally made NoSQL make sense, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now, here's the thing. Every database you just learned about stores data so it can be found again exactly as written. But AI doesn't search that way anymore. It searches by meaning. And none of the 4 databases you just learned handle that. That's a completely different category, built specifically for how AI thinks.